All right. And welcome back to the Off the Clock Show. You're joined once again with your host, Shawn from OrbisX CRM, the only one you need, as well as Marty, Mr. Marshall Hill from the Pints of Polishing podcast, which you definitely need to check out, as well as HyperClean Car Care Products. And on that note, I got myself a brand new truck. That's right. On the weekend, when you were having some electricity issues, I was out car shopping.
Right? Yeah. I was like, hey, Shawn, what's up? He's like, oh, it's about a new truck. I was like, oh.
Yeah. You're like, fuck,
Good for you.
I'm running home to get a generator. It's like, yeah, exactly. But I tell you, man, I couldn't pass this up, man. Oh my God. It's a beautiful truck. But
What'd you get?
Probably a little too much truck for me, to be honest. But I'm getting the reins
Is
on
that
it.
what she said?
That is what she said. Yeah, that's right.
Dude, I said that joke this weekend. My my stepson had a friend over, and we were taking him to the soccer game. He was came to watch him play soccer. I don't remember something about, oh, that's big. And I go, yeah, that's what she said. He goes, who? I go, your mom.
Your mom.
He didn't know what I was talking about either. That made it even better, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I love those.
She was looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, what? You don't know what I'm talking about? His balls hadn't dropped. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, yeah. The best one I heard, a buddy of mine, he's Lebanese descent, but born in Mexico and came to Canada, heavy accent. And he was getting into, just razzing with the boys, whatever. He was talking to one of the guys and they were joking back and forth about this and that. And he's like, anyways, man, can't even understand you. You're like half speaking Arabic and the other half like Spanish. I don't understand what the hell you're saying. How'd you even get to this country? Best reply ever. He's like, your sister drove me. I was like, yes, sir. The best, man. Abe, man. Love that guy. But those kind of like back and forths,
Our sister jokes, right? Like both of them. Like just taking shots is fun.
Yeah, exactly. Some people, it's a touchy subject for a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
big time.
Because their sister might have actually done it, and they're like, hey,
yeah, exactly. And then they're like, oh shit. And then we're like, well, that's true. That's fair.
Yeah. All right. So you got a pretty cool little bottle, huh?
Yeah.
What are you sipping on?
Look at this baby. Oh yeah.
Like a big old elephant. Is it like a Indian rum?
Sun god. Yeah. There's what's on the bottom? I don't even know what this green swoosh is. It's like a leaf or something. But everywhere too, there's little eyes, and they actually
that's a
move.
moon.
So I don't know, because it kind of it
is
a
crescent moon.
Look, you turn it like that. Jeez.
Yeah.
Because from this side, it looks like a leaf. It's got these like pattern things.
All you saw was a tip.
All I saw was the tip. All I ever see is the tip. But yeah, a little elephant there. And we got there's snakes and stuff.
Well, what is it?
Yeah. So inside we've got rum, but it's a special rum. It's a blend actually of a few different rums. And so
would you just go to the store and grab a couple different ones, throw them in there, and be
throw them in together? So
special.
Special. So the base of it is a special rum. It's Appleton Estates, but it's one of their like special, ones that's in the, the oak cast and all that stuff. But then there is a mixture, just like what you said. So anytime I get a nice bottle, no joke, take a
I
little
was giving you shit, and that was right.
And I'm dead serious. Yeah. No, you said. And so today, anyway, it's super smooth. Oh, it's amazing. But today's a special day because my daughter is graduating now and she's going into high school, which is a lot of mixed emotions there.
Is that a congratulations or no shit?
It's both. It's a congratulations, and I need to change my pants. Thanks, man. Salute. Yeah, it's no, it's good. It's just it's a weird feeling, like the realization for me was because we just bought a new house. My daughter goes to me and she says, it's crazy. We just bought the perfect house and I'm only going to be here for another like 3-4 years. That was the sentence that hooked me out. And I was like, ooh, I mean, there's room. You could stay here forever. Like there's rooms and we got rooms and rooms. We got wings in this house. You could raise a family here. Like it's fine. And I never thought I'd be that dad. I always thought that I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, I can't wait.
You got 4 more years, man. Don't count yourself out yet. Yeah. Don't count yourself out yet. You still got 4 more years.
And
apparently by 2.5 or 3, you might be ready to switch over.
I might be buying her first apartment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's we're at school. No, that's not far enough. Where do you need to go?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I hear Tokyo is nice this time of year. It's true. Yeah. And it's a weird thing, but the cool thing is seeing your kids who they become. So like
Yeah.
I you go pick them up when they're younger and they're at the schoolyard and they're playing with people and the conversations surround around like I've got mittens and like silly stupid stuff like that. But then as they get older, have a personality, they develop their own little like mini culture, seeing them how they interact. So today, we did her photos and stuff like that. And then afterwards she said, well, I kind of want to stay at school. I was like, really? It's the end of the year, man. Just come home. She's like, yeah, I want to hang out with my friends. I was like, all right, fine. Some of them are going to different high schools next year. So it's the last opportunity. And so then she ran off and she's with her friends. And then, seeing them, how they're talking and interacting, it was wild, man. It was like, I got a glimpse of her just as an adult in a sense. Like, it was kind of, I don't know, man. It was weird. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
get
so
those every once in a while in a photo,
yeah,
or
yeah,
so, I'll get to see. I think that's definitely for me is the hardest part for those dads that are divorced, that don't get to see their kids. It's
yeah.
what am I
That's tough,
missing?
man.
There's so much, and you go down that train of thought, and you go, ooh, like that's a
Yeah.
slippery slope. You
There's a
start going
lot,
down the
man.
what ifs and the oh geez, and but
Yeah.
you miss out so much of your kids. I don't know
It's,
who
it's true.
I think of that a lot. Like, man, I wonder what my daughter does like when she goes out, or I wonder
Yeah.
what
Like,
my
what's she
youngest
up to?
does when she plays. Like what does she do? I have
Yeah.
no idea, no clue, and
Yeah.
that's
It's
really
it's
strange.
mind-boggling because it's like
It
we
is,
made these people that
yeah,
just, like, yeah, when
but
they're
you have
younger
no
and they're at
idea who
home all
they
the
are.
time, like, yeah, it's so it's a crazy thing. Like my daughter's in band, she plays the flute, and so like, I went to her concert, but prior to that, everything was COVID. So there were no concerts, there was no nothing. They were just practicing at home. I'd hear the same four notes over and over and over as she's practicing. And then when we went to the actual concert, because they just opened stuff back up recently, I was like, holy man.
Wait,
No, no, no. I knew you were.
hold on. Yeah,
So,
there's no way we're letting that slide. You've
so
been
they
shut down in Canada for now 3 years. Your
no, but
little girl couldn't go play her flute because the
yeah. So
goddamn
we've been
Canadian
open.
governments wouldn't let people out to see each other, huh?
Absolutely, we've been open for a year, right? But they needed time to restart all of these programs. So even the sports, man, they just like women's sports were like X'd out. Still, even they're still trying to bring them back. They brought back the boys football team. They brought back the boys hockey team. All these things, and then it's like, oh, the girls, rugby team. No, sorry,
Mm.
maybe next year.
The next 10 to 15 years for Canadian Olympics, just count them out. I mean, just count them out of all sports
Well,
over the next 10
see,
to 20 years. Let's just
that's
call it
why
what
these
it is.
guys are having to participate in the women's side now because we just don't have the athletes. You see, we need the athletes. That's what it is. It's running short, man.
That's funny. That's funny.
But
All right,
but yeah, so
so
it's good, man. But what are you sipping on the ooh?
yeah, I'm sipping on.
Look
I'm
at that.
trying new as we do this. Just keep trying new. You got to be kidding me. Of all day long, and then who shows up right as we start the episode? But the freight company. Seriously,
Always.
brutal,
Well,
brutal. This
we'll take
is
a quick pause.
Angostura
Ooh,
Caribbean rum,
look at that.
and
Actually never had
this
that one. Jeez.
this climbed up to. I will always be captain. I think
Yeah.
captain will always hold a special place. It's
Consistency,
cheap rum.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
cheap,
It's
but there's something about that flavor. Like I'll always
yeah,
love a good captain.
yeah, yeah. But
I
that one,
think this jumped up to if it's not second place afterwards,
damn.
it's a third place, and I don't know what else would be
What would be
second.
second? Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Damn.
you literally just Google like this would
Just
have
like
been
that.
Captain Jack Sparrow's hidden in the like
That's
smooth.
what
You drink it with everything. Like
that's what
I
I need.
this
Yeah.
is incredible. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Oh man.
Angostura or something. 1919.
Dang.
So
I'm gonna have to try that
established
one.
in 1824. It better be good.
Yeah, it better be good. They got some experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See? They need a little
So
label on there, top 100.
I've mixed it. I've mixed it with some lime bubbly
Okay. That
and
lime
some
bubbly is
fresh
a really
orange.
good mix though for
It
things.
is a
Yeah.
good mix. It is. And then I put some fresh orange in there.
Nice.
So little orange rum and lime
Yeah.
bubbly.
Perfect. I like it. Now you got to give it a name. See, I've been playing with some things. I made a menu for our summer parties we're about to have. And it's got a full menu with 10 drinks on it. But then if you're friends or family, there's an 11th one, but you got to know about it and you got to be friends or family. It's called the number 11. And it's pretty dope drink, actually. I'll make one for the next episode. Let's just say a glow stick's involved. It's pretty dope. But yeah, so I made this thing, but all the mixes that I had, I substituted, if it was calling for like a Sprite or, a tonic or something like that, I was putting in the lime bubbly instead and kind of making our own mixture. I'm telling you, man, those bubblies, they're dangerous. It's because the great thing about them is there's no sugar content, so it doesn't alter the taste of whatever else you're putting in it, so it's quite nice. Yeah, you got to grab the freight, or
I am. It's got to go out. It's pretty cool though. We've got new Philadelphia distributor, and then this is actually going also up there to the Northeast, and
nice.
it's Mildred from DIY. He blows through a lot of stuff, so he's a really great distributor. It's fun seeing the guys that are monthly, ordering pallets every month. So yeah, let me go 100%. Apologize because all the crew, we head out, the crew heads out at 2:00. So I've got to be the guy that just signs it and lets them pick it up. We'll
take a pause and we'll return. All right. Brief intermission to a commercial. And welcome back. Thank you for your patience in that brief intermission.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, the plethora of ads, but see, it's one of those things. See, it's off the clock, but at the same time, for you guys, it's off the clock, but for us, we're still on the clock. So this is still work, baby. But yeah, so I got my special bottle. Daughter graduated. Is it still sounding the mic?
Still sound right back to it. I don't know. Yeah.
Right back. That's weird. We're having some mic problems. Hold on, let me turn it.
It's like
down.
Feedback. Yeah, turn it down, and turn me a little bit more down.
Turn you down. Okay.
It's just like once you started talking loud again, it happened.
All right, so I'm gonna whisper all my tips.
No, that's good. That's good.
That's good. Okay,
I
don't have to whisper my tips. Yeah, might get people randy. Do I make you horny? Oh boy. So hey, fellow Canadian. There we go. See, but yeah. So it was an eventful week for me. And but the new truck, I got the SVR. So that baby is fast as fuck. Oh my god. I didn't even think it. The truck I had before, V8, 510 horsepower, it was fast. This new one, oh my god, makes the other one look like it was like I don't know. It's like the tortoise and the hare. Like it's completely different. But I tell you, this new one, man, she goes, baby.
You like it, huh?
I love it. You got to love a truck that has a button that you push and then it pulls up a lap timer. That's always a good sign.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know. I can't wait to take this baby to the track. Oh my god. So we have a pretty big track here, Calabogie, and you can rent Lambos there and all kinds of stuff too. But you can also bring your own vehicle as well. So we'll see. And we have a Lambo for sale right now. So maybe we'll it's raining right now, but if the weather gets nice in the next couple of days, maybe we'll take her out,
Okay.
Yeah. Although I'm not a huge Lambo guy, but I know a lot of people like those kind of cars. Anyway, maybe I'll take it out. It'll be like an OrbisX day or something like that.
Do you have a dream? Like, is that a thing for you? There's always a dream car.
I have a dream vehicle, but it's not a dream car. Yeah. Okay. So I want a helicopter. That's my I want to take to the skies, And but yeah, so if I had to choose a car though, dream car, oh man. That's a tough one. Honestly, my dream car would not be what a lot of people would expect, I'm sure. A lot of people's dream cars are, like Ferrari, Lambos, Bugattis, whatever the case may be, But me, I really like the Cullinan. It's just because I don't actually like to drive fast often. Once in a while, I like something that's got some power to it, sure. But and don't get me wrong, Cullinan's got some power, obviously, but it's more the refinements. I like things that are just elegant, like, stupid little things. Like when I close my door, I like when it's heavy. I like a nice heavy door. I like, leather on the door, that kind of stuff. I don't like feeling all these cheap plastics, little things like that. So yeah, but yeah, the Cullinan would probably be a big one. Yeah, I don't know. How about yourself? Dream car?
Yeah, I've said for a while, I've been living in my dream car. Like I've always wanted a Jeep. Right. I love the open air. I love the doors off. I love the top
customizability. Yeah, you can rip those things apart if you want to. You
go, hey, Lambo. Like I just haven't been into speed. It's never been my thing. I like the feeling. But I I haven't, that's not a button in me that I have to push.
Okay. Yeah.
Not in my code to need to press the speed button.
Ah,
You know,
eh,
I can chill. I
yeah.
love to cruise. I love to go slow. And that's, yeah.
Just
So,
enjoy the ride. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
just enjoy the ride. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That's
That's
why I live
true.
in Oklahoma. You know,
And I will
we're
say,
slow. We're very slow here.
yeah, yeah. And I've seen some of you guys going down the road with all the doors off. There'll be like, 4 or 5 people in the Jeep.
Hmm.
I see them going down. I'm like, man, that must be so freeing. Like you're
Fun.
just like,
Yeah,
yeah, like, yeah, okay, I get it.
absolutely.
And
Now, you know, I have really enjoyed, especially, you know, when then the wife got the new car, I've enjoyed the automated driving side of it.
okay, yeah.
And so I think if I do have a next dreamish, you know, like, hey, what's the next car? Like I've said for a while, like it's got to be one that I just press the button
Yeah. And it
and
just,
it just
yeah,
goes. Like
yeah.
there's times I enjoy the drive, right? And there's
Yeah.
times I don't really want to pay attention right now. I would rather do something else.
Still want to be on the road, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, yeah, because like my ultimate dream, if I was to do something, because for me, I love places. I love geography, I love cities, things like that. I would want one of those. It's not really a sprinter. I don't know what they're classified as, but they're by Mercedes, but it's not a camper. It's kind of like in between a camper and a sprinter, if that makes any sense. But most of them they're equipped with like a fridge, a stove, stuff like
Mhm.
that. But it's more, all the comedians and stuff. They take those to go around like city to city, whatever those things are called. One of those would be cool. But
Those Mercedes vans. Yeah.
yeah, but I wouldn't want
Hmm.
to drive it. You know,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
rather
I
like be
want
driven.
somebody to, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I want to be in the back, like playing
Hmm.
cards or something like
Hmm.
that. Like doing that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Hmm.
something like that would be cool. Like I really like the RV life. That I would say. That's
Hmm.
But I mean, when we're thinking like what kind of car you'd want, sticking to that side, I don't know. Those electric Hummers look pretty cool, but my business partner told me if I ever buy an electric car, he's cutting my balls off. So
Yeah. Yeah.
probably not happening. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Good
like
call.
good,
Good call.
good call.
Yeah. But that ultimately is, you know, if you're going to press a button and have it take you somewhere, it's probably a Tesla or one of
Probably
those
gonna
electric
be,
cars. So
yeah.
I just never been, I've said it a couple times publicly. I never knew how much gasoline it took to make an electric car.
Oh, it's insane. It's insane.
220 billion barrels
Jesus.
to make one battery. No time in my life will I ever consume 220 billion barrels of gasoline.
220 billion? You're joking. What the hell? Is that number for real? No, that's insane.
Yep.
Jesus. Like
Mhm.
I know what's involved in like, the mining and everything like that, but that's crazy.
Right? It's crazy.
That's yeah, that's
So,
nuts.
it's from
Jesus.
my college roommate.
Yeah.
His grandparents own an oil company. They live in Midland, Texas. He's assumed, right, over the past 20 years, he's got into land management. He goes out and manages sites. He's done extremely well in that. So I always like to pick his brain about, you know, how's everything. And I was like, hey, man, what's it like, you know, the EV world? You know, because
Yeah.
he loves to be, you know, he's a Texan. So he's very
Yeah.
impersonal, right? He's a Texan oil man, right? So you can
Got
kind
his
of
opinions on.
imagine, yeah. And he goes, dude, it make 212 billion barrels to make
That's
one battery.
insane.
I go, so you're enjoying it? He goes, the world's kind of upside down sometimes, and that's okay.
That's okay. Well, I line my pockets. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Fuck yeah, man. I love it. Jesus. Well, yeah, because that's the thing is what's his name there? Neil deGrasse Tyson. I watched some of his stuff, like science-based things, stuff like that. And they were talking about, electric vehicles and everything like that. And the big problem is in some ways, once it's produced, it can be very beneficial. But the problem is that producing it is the problem, as we just talked about now. But the battery storage, like our storage for energy is actually terrible. We haven't really we've made some advancements for battery storage, but really there hasn't been like anything revolutionary. It's still a really terrible way to store, power when you think about
So,
it.
it absolutely is. So here's the funny part about last week. For those of you that don't know, we kind of talked about it a little bit. Like, we couldn't record. You were buying a truck, and I was running off a generator. Both my house and the business, we stayed operational, but it was off of a generator, and so I was needing to go back home so that the wife and we could get the refrigerator back going, and life back home could get back into normal. Well, it's crazy what all goes into all that, right? Like the amount that you can do every, you think that you're doing something during the week, but life gets shut down like that. And then you're just living off of, it's almost like a little bit of a third world-ish feeling. So, we got to experience a little bit. We're like, hey, is this what Brazil's going to be like? Like we go there, this is the way it's going to be, it's going to be hot. We're going to drink a lot because we're pissed off. I don't know.
But it's true though, it is. Cause when we lived in the Caribbean, for example, we had a lot less than, things we have here. Right. There just wasn't accessibility for a lot of things. And then if there was a hurricane or something like that, man, you'd go periods of time because all the electricity there, it's all diesel, they burn stuff, and and then when the skies are all cloudy and there's no solar, there's no this, there's no that, and no boats are coming in with, you got to get your diesel somewhere, you know what I mean? And so when they're not coming in, you're like, holy shit, what do? You drink, play cards?
Yeah. So I was running off that little gas one, right? The little gas generator did great. Well, my mom goes, hey, but I bought this, solar powered generator.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I go, Mom, why did you buy a solar powered generator? She goes, well, some Navy SEAL, oh shit.
Oh,
really?
There we go.
Really, Mom? So poor Patriot or whatever, like, really? Spent way too much money. The thing lasted like 30 minutes. And then I left it on charge out in the sun all day, came back 15 minutes. That was it. All got out of it. Like,
Jesus,
the most horrific experience, like pro gasoline now. Like,
100%. Because it's efficient. It's really efficient. Like and like we have a generator too. And if there's a power outage, something like that, man, you put some gas in that thing and you'll get days out of it. Days, and that's if you're running a whole house or something like that. Those electric ones, we have these ones called Jackeries, and we have two by Sunjoe, because I do have solar panels on our house because it's free electricity. Why not? But I got the little portable units free with our Visa points, and I could charge an iPhone 60 times, they say, a laptop maybe 10 times, stuff like that. For little things, it works well, but you want to run anything substantial on that, good luck. And they just don't have the cranking power that you need for anything. Like, you want a coffee in the morning, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? Like, it needs that boost. And if you did give it that boost, now your whole battery is just drained out, so it's it's an interesting thing, and I know a lot of people are very pro, the electric side and stuff. And don't get me wrong, they're making improvements over what they were, but it's going to take a long while, not in my lifetime, for me to get there, to be honest, Although I did see something crazy. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but I saw there's a new vehicle that's launching. I think it might already be launched, or maybe it's still concept, but it's in China. And I can't remember the name of it. I'll look it up and post it after the show, but it jumps. The car jumps. Have you seen this? It's like a sports car, but they made it so that it can like propel itself off the ground for whatever reason and then land again. It was part of the demonstration to show this new technology, and without with a wheel missing, it could actually drive still and self-balance on just 3 wheels, which was pretty crazy. So, but all electric, and it's a sports car and this and that, but I don't know. So there's some cool concept stuff coming, but I just think they need to focus on the process of how they get there first, before they go and start replacing everything in the name of the environment, and I'm a geography major. I love the earth. This is the only one we got, you know what I mean? So it's, I love the earth, but you also have to be practical. And especially like, we live in a northern climate. Electric vehicles up here have some significant problems when there's no heat coming from that engine.
Do you ever watch the show Dirty Money on Netflix?
Dirty Money. I'm wondering, is that the one?
he talked about Diesel. Go look up the Netflix
Okay, no, I haven't
series
seen that.
Dirty Money.
The one I
And
was
then
thinking of was
watch
a
the-
bank heist.
Watch the Volkswagen
Ah,
special.
damn.
I remember parts of that years ago, but I didn't study it when it was happening. And you go back and watch it. The clean diesel. Remember that? What they all put
yeah,
out
yeah.
these clean diesels.
Yeah.
But then they got uncovered that they were actually using a technology that would cheat
Yeah. It would just
the
mask
read
the other side. Yeah, exactly.
and would put out 40% more pollution and 40%. I mean, the
Jeez.
amount of they're saying in Europe and in the places where they're not as regulated as the US, 40%. So we're at 40% here. They were hiding, but they were even higher there. What is allowed? So
Jesus.
the human
Just think.
defects, the premature deaths,
Mhm.
the problems that go, and you go, wow.
Yeah.
Fucking our
wild, eh?
industry, man. Our industry is some shady motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And
It's
they
true.
would, the execs and everybody they were okay
Yeah.
with cheating everybody. It was like
Yeah. Yeah.
Dirty
And
Money. Great show. You got to go watch it.
I'm gonna check that out. Yeah. And that,
Yeah.
you know, it's funny you say that actually, because a lot of people have this idea that certain companies, you know, I've heard them stand behind certain brands and stuff, and they just, oh, there's no way they would do that. They're a big company and they got this great image. Oh, fuck, man. It trickles down, man. Corruption is everywhere, man. It's true, you know. It's all just an image what people see on the outside, you know. And that's I'm gonna check that out. Dirty Money. All right.
Have you been watching? We were also watching, especially as we could get TV again. You know, it was like this
Yeah,
past
yeah.
weekend. So, okay, not only this weekend, it was like binge watching because we just had to just get to the AC and just like re-get, you know, all that
Yeah, yeah.
stuff in our brains. But I did my first churrasco this weekend.
Mm.
So we had the most interesting Sunday afternoon from 2 to about 6:30.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
They actually showed up right at 2:00. I was not expecting that. They actually showed up at 2:00. First of all, was
You're
the
like, there's no way.
no way. Right? But
So that was the
actually,
first-
like, oh shit.
First miracle.
Right? Yeah, first miracle. But we ended up eating this full thing. You know, I cooked a churrasco, which is Brazilian barbecue, right? But they go in these different, like you would go into a Brazilian steakhouse. They go in these little. You cook this, and so I was on the grill for hours, which was fun, right?
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
we made pork chops to sausage to chicken wings to then
Jeez. Picanha. Damn.
mm,
You're lucky.
mm,
Ooh,
mm,
man.
so good. Really good picanha. The new update on picanha.
Huh?
I'm taking the sides, right? So you get the
Okay.
good choice cuts. I'm taking the sides, trimming them
Alright.
down a little bit more. Meat grinder.
Burgers? What did you do?
Absolute best burger you will
No shit.
ever think about
No shit.
salivating over.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
I'm getting on that then.
Got to.
This,
You got to
this
cut up
weekend
some
is Canada
picanha.
Day here. I got to
Mhm.
figure it out.
You
'cause,
got to grind
yeah.
up some picanha, put it down,
Damn.
put it in a little bowl, you know, get a little, do that flat where you press it down.
Yeah,
get-
yeah.
You know, like a McDonald's patty, get it
Yeah,
real
yeah.
thin.
Oh,
About a minute
man.
on each side. Oh,
Okay.
dude.
I this weekend, that's my mission. All right then. Yeah, we're having a huge barbecue at the house, so all right, that's my mission. But I'm gonna serve them regular stuff.
Yeah. Serve them
Yeah,
regular
yeah.
stuff.
I'll serve the close
But-
family. You know?
So that was Sunday, and so we got to experience this really cool meal with it was, you know, me, the American, a Brazilian, Honduran,
Okay,
and
yeah.
Mexican.
Wow.
So a Honduran husband with the Mexican wife that was a friends of my wife.
Oh
So
wow. What a
the two of them
melange.
were friends.
What a-
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know, in hearing about everything, trying to talk to them, like was a really, really interesting Sunday. I
Yeah,
sat
yeah,
there
yeah.
one time and I just go, okay, yeah, like
Yeah.
hell
let's
yeah.
go.
I got people in my house that they've, you know, like where are they from? What have they been like? And we're talking about drinks, food, to everything, like culture.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. But we did some binge watching this weekend, And there's
Okay.
one thing in particular that I found fascinating when I was back to, we talked previously about safari or like, animals and stuff like that, is one in particular. This one might have been a reel, right? So it was a reel about, the fight, right? And it
Okay.
showed
Yeah.
a zebra and then the lion, right? And there's that whole part. And
Yeah.
some of them, the zebra gets away, right? Because you
Okay.
talked about it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
only one animal that has 100% kill rate. So
Exactly.
even the big
Dragonflies.
cats don't have 100% kill rate. Sometimes
True.
the zebra gets away.
Yeah.
And in time, this video, the zebra was about to get away, and the lady's like, yeah. And then it's like, oh no, like,
Yeah. No.
and they become really sad that this
Damn.
zebra died and the lion ate it.
Yeah.
I just I stop for a minute and I go, lady, what would happen if the zebra always got away?
Yeah. There'd be no
A,
lions.
There would be no lions. B, you wouldn't get to sit here enjoying with your phone out, watching this.
It's
this
true.
thing happen. This is what's supposed to happen. If you couldn't be here watching this, you would be forced to go to, I don't know, Canada and watch geese fly. Why the hell would you want to do that?
Why would you? It's true though. And I mean, afterwards, she's going to go to the supermarket and buy some other animal that, like, so I mean,
right. So
lion's
I got
eat.
thinking about that, right? I got to thinking, and I go, there is a little bit of a lesson here. There, because a lion and because they can't always have 100% kill rate, right? They can't always kill. But what can a lion do? Can always hunt.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't always kill, but they can always hunt. Now, of course, they're going to go lay under a tree. They're going to take care of their butt. Hunting is different than killing.
Yeah.
There's a saying that people say, ABC, always
be closing. Yep. 100%.
And I think there's a lesson here. You can't always kill. You can't always close. What can you always do?
You can always be closing. You might not
hunt.
close, but you could hunt. Yeah, exactly.
And there's a lot of people that go, listen, I talked to a guy this week, and this is where he said it a couple times, and it's a theory that I go 3 steps forward, or I go 2 steps forward, and I go 3 steps back, right? Like, had a negative persona to it, negative persona to talking to people, negative persona, like, okay, because you're only focused on the negative. You go the 80-20 rule. You miss out based on what you're saying. This lion misses out on 80% of the kill. He only closes. He only kills 20% of the time.
Yeah.
What does he need to be doing the rest of the time? He needs to still be hunting.
He needs to be out there looking for prey, chasing prey.
So many people go, damn it, I can't close. I can't kill. Fuck it. God damn it. That's so negative. And they just, I don't have the right light. I don't have the right this. But a lion's going to keep trying to hunt. Even though he misses the kill, 80% of the time, he's still going to go out and try and hunt. And there's a lot of different ways of hunting. Right? You see a lion hunt different ways. You see him hide and wait. And they do this ambush type, right? You see them where they'll just walk in and make this herd of stuff start going crazy, and then they'll pick off the weak one. They'll do it that way. There's so many different ways a lion will hunt. As you know, as I know, there's so many different ways to hunt in business.
100%.
Right? And
100%.
you could go through, which we've talked about. You can put a magnet here. You can do this. You and I have thrown out you've thrown out a bouquet.
A bouquet. Absolutely.
And here's the lesson. Use the bouquet.
Yeah.
You should always be hunting.
Always
you should use everything. You should try everything. You should go about every single thing that you hear from this podcast. You should implement, and you should always be hunting.
Always. Yeah.
Stop worrying about what you miss out on. Stop thinking I should always be closing. because you can't kill 100% of the time. There's only one that can do that, and you're not it.
And you're not a dragonfly, so absolutely.
Always be hunting.
Yeah, that's true though, you know, and it's like at our shop, we're always trying something new, even when we're booked. We're overbooked to the point that I'll have Joe reach out and he's like, "Hey, we're slammed right now. Don't bring any more jobs." And I'm like, "Joe, it's your job to figure out where they're going to go on the calendar, okay? I'm not slowing down our marketing. Period. If we need to get a second location, fine. It means that in between time there's going to be some growing pains. Sure. But I'm not stopping. I'm not taking my foot off the pedal ever, because you got to always be hunting. Absolutely. And what I've seen happen, some people get kind of comfy and complacent. It's funny. I was watching some animal shit this weekend too. It's crazy. I was watching koala bears, of all things in the world. But koala bears intrigued me. I clicked on this YouTube video because they shut up. I know you got
What,
a
they
lot
have
of
the
comments.
90% kill rate on bamboo? Is that what it is?
They have a 100% kill rate on eucalyptus. Okay. Because all they eat is fucking eucalyptus. That's all they eat. It's true. And nothing.
Well, they love
eats-
bamboo.
Well, they eat bamboo here and there, but
Or is that just Chinese pandas? The other one's like,
I think it's the Chinese pandas, to be honest. Yeah, to be honest with you. I think
was that a knock? Was that a were you stereotyping the Chinese pandas?
I think we might have been. Sorry, pandas. But yes. So, but these damn koala bears, man, they eat so much eucalyptus that nothing eats them because they're toxic.
Oh,
Like
koala
bears.
My
Yeah.
bad.
Oh,
I lumped them into pandas.
Yeah. No, because they look like, well, they're like in the bear family, I guess, you know. But but they eat eucalyptus like crazy because it makes, well, they like it, but they have to eat so much of it in order to get some kind of nutrients, because it's actually not really a nutritious kind of food source. But they eat so much of it that it makes them toxic if you were to
They're the
eat them.
$25 car wash guy, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he just opened up down the road. My business is doomed. Yes.
He's got to run through so many fucking cars at $25.
Exactly. And so, yeah, they eat all these things. But here's the thing. So, in one sense, their survival is because there's nothing trying to hunt them, because so they eat so much of this, garbage, basically nothing can eat them. However, that's also the reason that a lot of them starve to death, which is crazy. So imagine this in the auto industry, for example. You get the guys that say, "Oh, all my clients spend $4,000 to get a ceramic coating done," right? We know those guys, right? So they feel untouchable because they're doing the best work. They're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing this, doing that. But yet the koala bear will eat very particular eucalyptus. When it finds a tree that it likes, it has the right soil, has the right this and that, and it grew to the right whatever, it will only eat that tree. Once that tree's gone, koala bears starve to death, even though there's other eucalyptus out there. And that, when I was watching it, I was like, holy shit, I've literally seen that happen with human beings. And so it's like, the koala bear doesn't have 100% kill rate, unlike the dragonfly, because it's missing out on a whole forest of eucalyptus that would keep it alive. But because it's very particular in one direction, it's actually not hunting for other things that are out there. So it falls in line with what you're saying. And it's crazy. I was watching that about koala bears, and it's so true in the industry that I've seen. Some people are so focused on certain clients, certain clientele, they keep doing the same thing. So even when they are hunting, they think they're always hunting, but you're hunting in the same way. So just how you mentioned the lion will, try hiding, try the ambush. It'll go wait by the water. Maybe it hunts at night sometimes, maybe during the day other times. Like, it's always hunting, but not in the exact same way. And I would rather be like the lion that's going to try different ways. And, put it this way. I can't remember what his name was, but you're going to laugh at this. But anyways, I think it was a coach, or maybe it was the owner of the league. I don't know, but from the WNBA. Stop. Cue the laughter. I know. He said, you may not always be the most talented. You may not always have the most, skills. You may not always have the most energy. You may not always have this, all these different things. You may not always be the tallest, the fastest, whatever, but you can always be the most competitive. And that's what I learned from the lion is that no matter what, the lion is always going to be the most competitive because it's life or death for him. The koala bear is going to stuff its face full of eucalyptus and then be like, oh, I'm really happy with this eucalyptus. But then as that eucalyptus is no longer there, it's still hunting for the same thing. And instead of expanding its horizons, it's going to starve to death. And so don't be a koala bear in your business. If something's working out, great. Keep going with that, source of clients until it runs dry. But open up some other hunting opportunities in other directions because you don't want to starve to death,
No, and you'll watch, if people will watch lions, there's a ton of videos of them being cats. And they'll just slap at stuff, right? Like, can I eat this? What is this? Right?
Yeah.
And they almost seem confused, but they're like, hey. So I watched one of two, like I don't remember the deer, but it had these big
it's like
big
a
horns
antelope
and
or something, huh?
it's one of those, I don't know. And they were doing that, that ritual where they hit each other and they're doing this thing and they get caught and they're like dancing around, but they're still fighting. They made too much noise. And suddenly a lioness comes out.
Oh,
The lioness is confused because it's like I want to eat this thing, but there's like two of them and I'm not sure. And it was like slapping it on the behind and like, it was very confused. It didn't understand. But then you watch some and they're like, it thinks that it can eat this and it like plays around. Like, anyway, the moral is, like we said, always be hunting, be curious, try things, mess around with stuff, understand that maybe you could find something here. You're not sure, but you're hunting. As soon as you realize, hey, this isn't going to work, stop hunting there.
Yep.
And switch. Quit playing around because, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's not going to work. I'm hunting. I'm not playing. I'm hunting.
So give it a smack. See if it's something you want to eat.
Ain't going to work. Go on and find something else that maybe it'll work. Yeah.
It's true though. Because that's what we do at our shop. Like we're always just giving something to smack and seeing what works. And then, you find things during different times, And so my actual tip for today, though, I know I do have a tip. I know we just gave a bunch
in
of
a singular pronunciation.
Yeah. All right. So I'll give you 2 tips then. There we go. We'll go in for the double tip here. Yes. So, but tip number 1 has to do with animals as well. Well, not animals, sorry, plants. Has to do with plants. The Venus flytrap. Venus flytrap is a very intriguing plant for me. I like plants and all that kind of stuff, fauna and everything. We have a huge garden.
Little Shop of Horrors. Was that like your show growing up?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, it wasn't. But so there's,
you're below 30, you have no idea what I just talked about.
Yeah, that's true. I'll post.
Classic though. You should go watch it. You should laugh. This was a cult classic. This was a very cool movie.
Yeah. And so there's 2 plants I have here though. One is a Venus flytrap. It's actually growing now. New, I can't remember what they're called. They're not pups, but they're new. I don't know, like new heads that are growing out. Anyway, because once they eat something, like if even if you just touch them and trick it and it closes, that's now dead. It's gonna fall down, turn black, and it's gone. Yeah, it dies, and then a new one takes its place. So it's got like one shot in it if it actually tries. Sometimes it does kind of like a half close, and then it realizes it's not something, and it kind of opens
it's
up.
Like, I'm not gonna risk all of that.
Exactly. And so, but this is my point about the Venus flytrap, is that the Venus flytrap has memory of sorts. Because like we think of plants, and we're like, oh, what does a plant know? It's just a plant, but it has memory inside it that tracks when something walks on top of it, and it'll track how many times it's touched it. So it knows if it's something small, if it's something moving too fast, because it knows it only has enough energy to make that one kill strike. So it doesn't want to waste it because then it's dead and then a new one has to come and take its place. So it remembers up to like 20 seconds or something like that, how often something was moving around on its petals, I guess, or whatever, on its face. And when it closes, that's because enough of those pinpoints were triggered. And it says, okay, this is something worthwhile. Let me close and trap it in. And so it's kind of like a booby trap that it lays, but it makes sure it doesn't go off unless it's absolutely necessary, right? And so how that relates into business, I was thinking about it, and we've set up sort of Venus flytrap booby traps at our shop. So when someone comes in, we have different things, different
Did
booby
you say
traps.
booby?
I said booby. Yeah, some big old bitties. Yeah, we set up we set up some booby traps at our shop for when people come in, and they change depending on the time of the year, depending on weather, things like that. We might alter the booby traps we have for the customer, but they walk into these things because, well, let's say it's a really hot day outside. Well, first things we do is we start assessing the customer, the car. Okay, do they have window tint already? They might already have window tint, and someone sees that as, oh, I can't sell this guy tint because his car's already tinted. But for us, first question we ask them, we're like, you have young kids? They ever sit in the back seat? You feel it gets hot in there? What you probably have is just, regular standard carbon film on there. But we could put ceramic film on there. It's going to block out the UV rays, and it's going to keep your kids safe and this and that. So there's an upsell there. We're going to charge them for the removal and charge them for the installation of the new film. So things like that. But then there's other things for, if it's muddy outside, take a look at someone's, vehicle and be like, hey, we could coat those rims and they'd be really easy for you to clean when you're at home. That way, when you're dropping off the kids at school, your vehicle looks fresh and all this kind of stuff. So there's lots of different kind of traps customers can fall in. And my homework that I want to task everybody with is this weekend, spend some time thinking of some booby traps that you can set up for customers that they're going to walk into, but make sure there's certain trigger points that tell your staff or yourself when you need to sell that particular upsell, because that way you're not going to come off as, too aggressive as a salesperson, but also you're not going to upsell something unnecessarily where you're less likely to get that kill, right? So you're going to be hunting, but you're kind of wasting your energy in a sense, versus if you've already kind of pre-qualified the customer with a couple of those pinpoints, just like the Venus flytrap, when it's time to close and capture that insect. And so that's an important thing. I think when people do their upsells, they just kind of, you were waiting for the tie-in, right? With the Venus flytrap, there it is. And so
That was
yeah,
nice. Yeah, perfect
yeah.
tie-in.
Thanks. Yeah. And so then my last tip, my other piece of homework.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead, sir.
I'll throw mine in.
All right, throw
Then you
your
can
tip
throw
in the
yours.
ring, and then I'll close out with the.
I'll pull out, let you go back in.
Oh boy. All right.
So my tip
Yes, sir.
is to tip.
Okay. Your tip is to tip. All right.
Yeah.
I always
would
love multiple
challenge-
tips. What's going on? All right.
I would challenge that there's a lot of detailers or just people in general that don't tip well.
Hmm. Could see that.
So I'm going to challenge
Yeah.
people to tip. Do the minimum. Minimum's not 10. Minimum's not 5. The minimum's not 15. It really is. If somebody has good service, the
20?
minimum is 20%.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah.
That's not maximum,
Yeah. It's true.
right?
Yeah. We do
It's
20
true.
on every 100 when we go somewhere. That's our baseline.
That's
know?
the baseline.
Yeah.
Why? You value good service and you value money.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, I think, when they don't tip, it's because they don't value money. They want to keep it, so they don't value it. It's theirs for what they want to buy. And they don't value what money can do. Money can actually build a very large web of community.
Yeah. Community.
And that's ultimately what should bind a community is money. Sharing of resources. Sharing and giving, supporting, and providing money around the community.
Yeah.
You build that into your own personal life by tipping. Because what happens if you go to that restaurant? Again, if you or if anybody has worked in a restaurant, they love the people that tip well. And what do? They take care of them and they fight over them and they become your customer, your person, right?
Yeah.
That's what happens. We also go to therapy where I get massages and stretches. not every time, but I get somebody that does somebody good, I give them a 20.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I value somebody that does good by me. I don't have to give them that money. I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
learned, though,
Yeah.
that if I tip, I have now created a joint. It's good for them. It's good for me. It's a
Yeah.
win-win scenario. And I find somebody that gives me something that's a win, I need to win them back.
Mhm.
Right? It's got to
Yeah.
be win-win. So when I go into places and something happens good, I go, great. This is a place that I need to continue to do life with. The best way to do life is inside a community. The best way to build a community for you is to exchange money at a
Yeah.
value rate. You did something good by me, I'm going to give you money. That person is then going to do this. Smile. What will
Yeah.
they do the next time you see them? They'll smile.
Yeah.
And they will
It's true.
want to do something to do for you. And
It's
if
true.
I
Yeah.
am wanting something from them, the
It's
best
true.
thing to do is always tip. You
Yeah.
hear a bouquet of tips from Shawn, throw a tip out then. Maybe it's not. If you go, hey, listen, I can't throw Shawn money.
Yeah.
You're right. You could pay for the app, or you could go leave a review, right?
Yeah.
As you talk so much about people need reviews, then go leave a review for this podcast on whatever platform you heard it on. Go leave it on Apple Podcasts. Go share it to groups.
It's true.
Building a community through tipping, especially through financial when you're local, but then if you're on digital, if you're in the world of social, the tip that you can
Reviews,
give is to
sharing.
then give it back to the people that gave you the information.
It's true. Yeah.
Go spend your money with them. Go give them the recommendations. Go give them the 5-star. Like, and you go, well, I don't normally do that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's yeah.
No,
And
well,
it's
I didn't do anything for me. Really? You didn't learn anything? You didn't get any? There should always
yeah.
be a win-win. If somebody provides you something that you win off of, you should win it back to them. Should always be
100%.
a communal exchange of winning.
Yeah.
Give a
100%.
tip. Tip
Yeah.
people.
It's true. It's funny. Quick story on that note. I had someone, she's in Calgary. She's got a shop there. And she pointed out a bug maybe, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, something like that she found. It was just a weird bug. And it was like 11 p.m. or something. She sent me this message on Facebook. She says, hey, I was doing this and this happened. It was a really strange scenario. Would have been almost impossible to duplicate. And here we have Tim Hortons. And so in some place in the United States, but anyway, I sent her a Timmy's card. It's huge here. It's kind of like our Starbucks. I sent her a Timmy's card and she's like, oh, you didn't have to do that. And I said, actually, I did, because you didn't have to tell me this. And someone else might have seen that and not said anything and just been frustrated that whatever they were doing wasn't working as expected. So it's my way of saying thank you, giving back. And I tell you, since then, she's shared our link, she's gotten people to sign up, she's posted all kind of stuff. And so it's kind of that give and take. And then recently she said, my shop, I'm moving locations. And so I'm not going to be using the software for 2 months. Would you mind if we just, like put things on pause for those 2 months and then re-kick it back up? And I was like, no problem, because I've seen what she's done for me. So I was like, no problem. You know what I mean? It's no issue. Right. And so that's
the people that start with the, I want this, or I want,
it's like we haven't even done business and you want the
they
bro
don't
discount?
get it. Yeah. But this lady does get it.
Exactly.
Right? She gets it because she got it at the first. She understood the value of a community, the value of an exchange between people, and what that does.
Exactly.
And here's where it goes more than just, supporting others that support you. It goes beyond that. I actually would say that it will make your business and make you more money if you tip others.
Yeah.
Strange,
I'd
right?
so.
It seems strange.
Yeah, it seems strange because they can't make the connection between
can't
the
make
two
the
points.
connection. Here's what will happen in your mind. If you do it, and I don't mean just throw your money out, You go a place and they have good service. Now it's okay service, then give them the 15%. Okay, fine, but tip them. But when you have good service or something really good, you got to give them that minimum and then go over if you want to. What you will find then is you will begin to see where
Mm.
you get good service.
So you can then
And
translate that
then
into your business.
bingo,
Yep.
bingo. If you're a business owner, if you should be in business, if you are a true person that should be running a business, you will make that connection.
Yep.
Oh,
100%.
I value this, then I should give out that. And I'll
Yep.
make sure to give that out to my customers. And then what will happen is those people that you find will also value that. It is the way to build the whole community. It's not about yourself.
100%.
It's about these people, and it's about these people, and it's about you. There's like this triangle link.
Exactly.
It all flows together. Your
Yeah.
customers will see what you've done because you'll want to make sure to meet their needs. You'll value then meeting your customers' needs because you had your needs met as a customer,
It's true.
and you'll be able to exchange it over. And so then what will happen? You will then get more tips and more bonuses, more stuff back from your customers. And it becomes this flow.
Community, full
Becomes a
circle.
community.
Exactly. You know, it's funny you say that because I feel like a lot of people don't realize how many learning experiences they have in a day. Every time you step out of the house, if you're bringing your wallet with you, you're going to be stopping somewhere for sure at some point. Maybe you need a bottle of water. Maybe you got to fill up your gas tank. Maybe you're going for dinner, a lunch, you're going to buy a book, whatever the case may be. Any interaction you have as a business owner should be a learning experience of some kind. When I go somewhere, I assess so many things. I walk in a place, I study everything from how far is it from the front door to the cash, because that's the business's goal, get you in the door and take some money in exchange
Mhm.
for something. So if
Ask
I
the
go
question,
into,
why?
yeah,
Why did they
exactly.
do this? Why did that
Yeah,
happen? Why am I here? Yeah.
exactly. Assessing all those things. Why are they playing this song, this music at this level? Why am I greeted by a person that's dressed in X or that's this age or that's every single thing is usually done intentionally. You know what I mean? And especially with more established businesses that have already kind of, figured out a lot of their kinks and figured out what works. Those are exceptional learning opportunities. And that's what I watch a lot of cooking shows. Now I'm watching a lot of shit on insects apparently, but I also like watching Undercover Boss because it's amazing how I just watched one on Cinnabon. It was the CEO of Cinnabon at the time. She was the youngest female CEO in America or something like that. Anyway, she went in and she was working there, and there were so many amazing things. Like it's free on YouTube to watch, and there were so many amazing things that I was picking up watching this. So I actually went to Cinnabon this weekend. No joke. I watched it on Friday with my kids. We watched Undercover Boss, and then they said, "I've never had Cinnabon." I said, "You know what? Today you
Let's
will."
go.
Saturday in the afternoon, we drove to the mall, went to a Cinnabon, and we went there and I said, "Let's see the experience." And the funny thing is, my youngest, she told me, she said, "This is nothing like what we saw on the show." And I said, "Unfortunately, that's the difference between an American Cinnabon and a Canadian Cinnabon." But it wasn't very good service. They weren't it wasn't an overall good experience. But I've been to a Cinnabon in the United States and it was completely different. And I'm sure it varies everywhere you go. But my point is, my kids, like the youngest one, she's 8, and she was able to identify the issues that were wrong with it. So as an adult in business, you should be able to quickly pick up on the things that were good, the things that were bad, and the things that were just okay, and that will help you assess your own business. And you should do that. You should definitely, like, even in your own business, you can do the reverse. Send a secret shopper to your business.
And if you're
See what
going,
happens.
oh, I need to do that. Okay. You're
Yeah.
learning, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I learned at one point, but there'll
Yeah.
be some people that would go, well, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
And there's the natural ones.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the thing. And that's where connecting those dots, like between helping someone out. And so for us, we do a lot of shopping locally, and we do tip a lot, even for things that may not necessarily need it, but you'd be amazed how many times they might not be my customer today. They might not be my customer tomorrow, but maybe the time after that, that's when that relationship's established. Hey, you're a really great guy, Shawn. What exactly do you do? They feel comfortable to ask. I'm like, oh, actually, I have a shop on Bank Street. It's called Auto World. Da da da. Oh shit, no way. Listen, I usually clean my own car, but my brother-in-law has a fleet of vehicles. You never know. Yeah,
Sure. Or they'll never become your customer. And that's
that could
okay
happen
too.
too. Yeah,
It's okay
that's
too.
okay too. You're
Oh,
gonna learn something
you're
from just
creating a
interacting with
community.
them. Yeah,
You're creating
it's
an
true.
environment. You're creating an area. You become the specialist. It's okay if they don't use you. They know
Yeah.
what you do
That's
and they
true,
know
because not
you're a good
everything has to be
person.
a quid pro quo or whatever. And
Yep.
sometimes it could be as simple as this, Marty. Maybe that place you go to, that's your escape from work. Maybe you go there for, you
Sure.
have a cocktail at the end of the night. Maybe making sure that your time spent there is exceptional all the
Bingo.
time.
That's
That's still beneficial for your business, just not in a
absolutely.
direct, they're your customer kind
Absolutely.
of way, So
Yeah.
it's, yeah,
That's why I don't think of it that I don't always think of the, like, hey, give your 10% to the church and you're going to get this blessing type of, that's never been me.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't think that I want to give this lady at the bar a tip that I'm going to magically get something on the other side. I don't think of it that way.
yeah. It's
That's why
just
I
the
kind of said
butterfly
it.
effect
It's the
that
butterfly
everything,
effect. And
yeah,
it's also the butterfly effect in your own mind.
yeah.
That's really where I wish people would understand.
It's true, because now you're gonna come with a different energy in your own business, and that's
Bingo.
gonna
It's
reflect
not
with your
about me
customers.
giving out that I'm going to get. It's a
Yeah,
win-win.
yeah,
So then
it's
how do
true.
I make a win-win in my business? Doesn't
Yeah,
mean that I give money over here and suddenly I'm going to get money here. It means what can I learn over here and incorporate in to make a win-win in my situation.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Man, that's a good one, man. That was a solid one. I don't even know if I could, go on top of that now. I don't know. I mean, all right, in 30 seconds, I'll throw out one last tip. That's what I'll do, okay? That's what we got. 30 seconds, one last tip. It's called mind storming. We've all heard of brainstorming, right? I'm going to throw out a concept called mindstorming. And so this is for some of those, maybe that demographic that may not have instantly clicked with some of these tips we just gave, and you didn't naturally get to it. And maybe you're struggling and you're wondering, how can I make 100K this year? I'm going to give you a little
You
tip.
made a lot of D's and C's in school. It's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay.
We all
I
did.
made a lot of
Exactly.
C's. I
Yeah,
did too.
absolutely. And I had so many D's, it was like, but that's okay. I am where I am. So I'm going to give some homework though. So someone that's looking to make $100,000 this year or something like that, and not sure where to start, or your business is slowing down, you're not sure where to start, instead of just instantly blaming the economy or blaming other things and stuff like that, what I want you to do is take a piece of paper and I want you to write out 20 ways that you can make $100,000 this year. And I promise you, the first 3 to 5 are going to be so easy. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to work smarter. I'm going to change my occupation. I'm going to, start selling for a major brand. There are going to be some really easy, ridiculous ideas in the beginning. Okay. But I want you to continue past that 3 to 5, and I want you to go all the way to 20 or more, 20 minimum. And this exercise is super important. It's called mindstorming. More millionaires have been born out of doing this exercise than anything else on the planet. I guarantee you that. And I personally know several that have gone through this exercise as well. I've done it myself. And when you go through this exercise, usually what happens is the first 3 to 5, really easy. The next 5 to 8, 5 to 10 are a little more difficult. From 10 to 15, extremely difficult. Getting to 20, but when you reach 20, usually that final answer is going to change your life. I'm telling you. And what happens is you start weeding through all the simplicity of, oh, I need to work harder. And you get really specific, narrowed down
Be
to exactly
passionate.
what you need to do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you
Just
you
be
get rid of all the
passionate. Be
buzzwords. Yeah,
passionate.
I got to be more
Passionate.
passionate. Yeah.
Passionate.
Yeah,
Just be passionate.
just be passionate. I'm passionate. And so if when you go through this, the 20th answer usually is the one that, like I said, it changes your life. And I've done this numerous times. When I exited my previous tech company, so we had a big sale to a hotel chain. That was a moment where I wasn't sure what to do, and I went through this exercise, same thing. And then when I stopped that and I said, okay, now what do I do next? And I went through the same exercise. I had some goals. How do I achieve those? It doesn't have to be, I want to make 100 grand. It could be anything, but the more specific your question, the better your outcome is going to be. So maybe it's to make $100,000. Maybe it's I need 20 bookings guaranteed a month. Maybe it's I need 100 bookings a month. Whatever it is, the more specific you can be going through this process, you're going to look at that list. And in the end, you're going to realize those last 5 that are really hard to get to, those are the ones that are going to help propel you to that next journey. Absolutely. So, and feel free to share the list and we can help go over things. We can review it with you next episode. We can keep you anonymous, no worries, or we can give you a big shout out and send you a banner and a mug and whatever other kind of stuff you want. But definitely share the list. We'll go through it and we can hash it out on the air. Absolutely.
Can we do something like have like a finish song to this episode and throw out Dr. Dre next episode?
Yeah, we can do that. You know what? I'm gonna edit this before it posts, and that's what I'll hey, hold up. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Post production, that's going in there. I'll keep it under 30 seconds so we don't have to pay royalties though.
Oh no, I meant for the guys. Like they're gonna send in stuff. That's
when
what I
they
meant.
send it in, and then
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not that
sure.
you had to close and we had to move on to the next episode. I didn't mean it that way because of the bouquet. I didn't go. I wasn't trying to be the gardener and cut off the
Cut
stem,
off
man.
yeah.
I wasn't trying to pull the petals off here for you, bro.
Trying to pull the petals off.
I just meant when they send in their stuff, like, yeah, that would be like, let's go to next episode.
Next episode. Yeah. I like that.
And we've got some
That's
stuff for the next episode we can address. Like,
yeah.
and if you've got something that you wanted us to talk about to where you say, hey, I got this. Yeah, I think we would love to do that. Get into some real meat of what people are going through. That's why we got you got the OrbisX group.
Exactly.
Go into you're always make a post of here's what we talked about. Go in on that comment section and throw in your discussion points. Like I have a feeling that Shawn's been sending out these glasses. People have been sending out they've been getting the glasses going cool. I have a feeling people will interact on there and put out their stuff. I have a feeling
there will be some goodies. Absolutely.
There will be some goodies being sent out. So
on that note, there's a new OrbisX store that's launching very soon as well. And so there will be I'll be able to dole out some coupon codes and get some free merch, all kinds of stuff.
There you go.
See? Yeah. It's funny. I actually got really good response from that. A lot of people told me the same thing, which I thought was really
They were high quality. That's
high quality. Yes.
They're high quality. Just looking at them, I go, that's the right way, Shawn. Like so many people send out bullshit.
Exactly. And no, I was like, nope, send out some quality shit. Absolutely.
Gotta be good quality. Yeah.
Exactly. And didn't charge me a dime. See? Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole thing, salut. And my whole thing too is a lot of people messaged me and they said, this is the first thing I have that has my company logo on it. I was blown away by that.
Yeah.
I said, you're kidding me. And it's because we live in this digital world now where people don't really give out business cards sometimes. People don't give this and that out. In my opinion, that's a mistake. I was like, the guys that messaged me that, I was like, well, let me know how many business cards you want. I'm going to send you a box because you need to be giving stuff out 100%.
What's crazy? You're right. That is crazy. For you would go, that's the craziest thing you've heard this week. For us, and we just put out an episode, the craziest thing for us is the amount of people that are putting on ceramic coatings knowing that they will fail because they've had other ones fail, but they get it at a great price. So they just want to keep doing it. I'll just send out a warranty. It's all good. They know the product isn't going to work, but they do it to their customers anyway. That is not the way to build a community. That is not the way to go win-win. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. In my opinion, you know what that is? When was the last time you had a McDonald's ice cream cone?
It's been many years.
It's been many years. You know why it's been many years?
Because that cone's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It tastes like fucking paper. It's like
disgusting.
That's
true. The cone is garbage. But even the ice cream side, all they have now are the flurries and things like that, right? It's because there's a company that signed a deal with them. I think they have another like 15 years left or something, for the contract on the ice cream machine. They're the only ones that are allowed to maintain maintain the equipment for the ice cream. And so they purposely deliver broken shit, knowing that that's okay. We've got the contract, right? But the problem is in this industry, a lot of these detailers, you don't have a contract that you have to maintain that guy's vehicle. So you're actually shooting yourself in the foot when you're doing something like that. And so that's where absolutely. And that's, it's funny, as you know, I've had many discussions with my business partners. They, oh, we should try this chemical or this coating or this coating. And I'm like, fuck it, guys, I'm placing the order with Marty because we know Marty's shit works. We know people come back. We know they're happy. They don't come back because they're pissed off. They come back to tell us how great we are. And that's why we have over 1,100 5-star reviews now. It's not an accident. We're not paying people for reviews. As you know, Google shuts your shit down when that happens. You know what I mean? But you don't get to 1,100 5-star reviews by putting on coatings that fail. You just don't. You know what I mean? You'll get reviews. They won't be 5 stars. That is the truth. But yeah, so and my SVR, so happy before I took delivery, got coated. I got tray on there, boom. And so now I'm good to go. And I know it's not going to fail. So I don't have to go back to my own shop, which is fantastic. So absolutely. But these are some good tips today, guys. Definitely leave some comments there. I look forward to seeing your list. We'll chop it up next episode. If you want to even let us know. Yeah, next episode.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know too. Ways that you be ABHing, always be hunting. Let us know some ways you're doing it. Might help out other people. And for the person that has, okay, here we go. Let's make it interesting. All right. The person that has the most creative way, I will send them your choice of some print products from my shop, $150 value. I'll send it to you, customized with your logo on it and stuff. Absolutely. Number 2, someone that has the most unique or obscure way of getting some new customers or getting your business out there. I'll send them, let's see, a pull-up banner for your business to use at the next auto show. Plus, what else can we send you? I'll send you a pack of NFC cards as well for the new physical gift cards that are launching with OrbisX. That's right, the first CRM in the auto industry to have physical gift cards, because we're not talking about Square. Square, you can't even put in your vehicle, your make and model. Not built for the auto industry. But OrbisX is, and we're the first one to have NFC cards built in, baby. So you can have physical gift cards that you can sell to your customers directly. So I will send you a pack of those as well with your logo on them, because I own a printing company. I'm not someone that came from the medical sphere and started.
Man, I think some people will try and go for number 2.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so you know what? I'll throw in number 2 with number 1 as well. And number 3, because we always got to have a bronze, because that's where Canada usually places. We will throw in and this one's going to be very specific, and only one person.
Because you drink too much maple syrup. Too much maple syrup. They're just a little slower. Just a little slower.
Number 3 is for George
You're
Russell
send
Hunt.
some
I know
maple
you're
syrup.
going to watch this episode. George Russell Hunt, you are going to get a bottle of maple syrup if you post any method that you recommend people do to get new customers, because I know you're a boss. I know you got that. This guy is putting out a magazine that he's dropping off in dental offices and things like that, with information about ceramic coating and his business and stuff like that. And in it, he asked me for an article. So it's got other articles from, and he reached out to other vendors. And
that's
he put in
ABH. Yeah.
I'm telling you, he put in stuff about the auto industry and made a whole magazine. And it's going into dental offices so that there's stuff to read in there. And then, oh, voila, there's also info about his company and ceramic coatings. So hats off to you, my friend. You already instantly win number 3. But I will ask that you post something that will be beneficial to the group. I know you always do. And I'll send you some maple syrup from Canada. I know you missed that from when you were a kid. So no worries. I got the goodies. I'll send it to you. Look at that. See, we're doing some giveaways today. That's it. So 1, 2, and 3. All right, guys. Post your comments, place your bets, and I'll get some shipments ready. All right. Appreciate you, Marty. We'll see you next Tuesday. And stay classy, San Diego.
Dude, we just watched that the other day.
So good. I watched it too.
Oh man. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah. Amazing.
Thanks for, or what did she say? What was hers? It was thanks for stopping by or something.
Yeah,
I
thanks for stopping
almost
by.
said it,
That's what it was.
but I
Yeah,
couldn't remember it. And I was like, oh, we just watched it. Like,
yeah, it's so
thanks for
good.
stopping by, San Diego.
Yeah, it's like stay classy. Ron
Thanks for
Burgundy,
stopping by.
man. Legend. I love Lamp. Good movie. All right, man. All right, cheers. See you next week.